Hello everybody, welcome back into another video. So I'm going to be talking about the Tome Keepers today. So for any of you that don't know, the Tome Keepers are a homebred chapter that the White Dwarf team created. So throughout White Dwarfs for the past, I think about year or so, they've put in articles about paying them. They've put in their lore for the Tome Keepers. They've put in how to convert them. It's been a really cool thing to follow. And they talked about the original design of them and how they picked like the symbol, the paint scheme, everything. And I've been talking more about kind of creating your own chapters for, Chaos Space Marines or Space Marines. And really, it kind of is applicable to anything if you make a Mechanicum Forge World, Sisters of Battle, whatever you want to do. Because I feel like I've lost that drive. When I was a kid, I all the time would be writing lore, backstories, doing squad stories for every single unit that I had for, at the time, my Ultramarines. I'd do squad markings on them for battles that they fought against the Eldar. Like, it was just fun stuff like that. But now it's more, I'm in the mindset of, we got to pump out that army, right? I'm painting 40 tactical Marines, whatever it is, got to get them out, right? And in the last White Dwarf issue, there's been like stories that they do at the end of the White Dwarfs, and the story was about the Tome Keepers. I'm not going to talk about what happens in the story, just that they've been focusing on kind of doing the Tome Keepers versus the Alpha Legion. Now, that's a really cool setup. I think the Alpha Legion is one of the coolest things going on right now in Warhammer 40,000 and is underutilized. So I like to see them actually get used. So they're a good opponent for the Tome Keepers because their lore is kind of that, they do extensive research. They keep insane notes on battles, everything, so that there's references for future generations of Tome Keepers to go back and look at. They even keep books on their person that they write their story in over time of the battles that they go through, things that they do. And then when they die, another Tome Keeper is supposed to write their last chapter in the book, and then the whole book gets read at their funeral. Again, cool stuff, right? Like, it's really original concepts that they have here. So I just wanted to talk about this because, again, I know a lot of people don't get the White Dwarves, so it's stuff that you kind of miss out on with that. And maybe you've never heard about the Tome Keepers before. And if you haven't, kind of go online, check out some of the Warhammer community articles, because they're just such an interesting chapter. And again, a newer chapter that people have kind of, I think, fallen in love with, and they're producing more stuff for them. I'd love if eventually they got like a book, which I think the way it's going, they probably will, because usually when they start bringing out these short stories, it evolves into more than that. But back to the Hydra here. So the reason I wanted to make this video was that when you show the Alpha Legion coming in and just pulling Alpha Legion stuff, right? Spies, being sneaky and everything. I love that they're kind of centering in on this. And it was such a perfect matchup having a chapter that focuses on research and, making sure they're never surprised with a Legion that is all about surprise and being sneaky and not being found out, right? Where the Tome Keepers think that through their research, they can actually, beat the Alpha Legion. And I would debate that. I don't know if you can, but I'm excited to see this story progress, and I hope they keep on doing these one-off stories for the Tome Keepers, and I'd love to see it expanded. But I think that this is another cool thing to show where you could take your homegrown chapter and pick like a Legion to go against, right? Again, when I was a kid, my Ultramarines always fought the Eldar, and that's what kind of I incorporated into the story for my group of Ultramarines, was that their really opponents were the Eldar. I think it gives you a good base of cool ideas to do some conversions, or again, switch up some paint schemes on some guys to show battle damage, or, they've got a bunch of bionics or something because they fought this group at this point and this one squad really got, beaten up by them. But let me know in the comments what you think of kind of taking your models to that next level and doing some extra kind of, I guess, like research development, writing a couple bits of lore for them. I know that for a lot of people in Age of Sigmar, when the battle starts, you go through your army and you talk about what your army is, what realm they're from, what backstory that they have specifically, why they're there, kind of thing, right? And I feel like it draws you in a little bit more. And I always like that in AOS, where I feel like 40k is just you're throwing the stuff down and you're going, right? And you could do that in 40K, and I think that over time, I hope that that kind of gets brought in, where we kind of go back to having a bit more fun with it and do some kind of extra stuff of, you know, expanding on the ideas for your army, even if it's a Blood Angels army, right? Like, have it be that they're in this sector and they just fought these guys and now they've come to this battle zone, right? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you haven't heard of the Tome Keepers, again, I'd check them out. They're a super cool homebrew chapter created by the White Dwarf team. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see everybody soon.